his office. And this nigga behind him, you got all the niggas on the set.
Yeah, just let the white folks keep killing each other. They'll be all right.
Which made me question everything.
Oh, that's that Malcolm X thing. There we go. Let's go live. All right. Okay.
Any man give his life for Yahweh Shah. Mashiach in Christ and fall up under that UPK banner. It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary.
All right, anybody got questions or comments, put them in the chat. We'll start class in about 3 minutes.
Take ground. Now this ain't no movement, this a takedown. We will not be moved or intimidated. We ain't the type. You got a problem, tell them cross the fucking line. My niggas ain't polite. Soldiers
brother at your house, and I didn't tell him I was leaving at your sign there. Pierre, I'm about to call Charles. He's about to come to the house. I'm in class. Jason is in the room. Is he still in the room? My room? Oh yeah, that's good. Okay. And Charles is outside, but he should be in no later than that.
You understand? You done found a new breed of Hebrews that stand and walk with the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And we don't care who we got to come up against. You ain't standing before this truth. You understand? We done took them all on and gonna continue to take them all on.
Okay.
Surrounded by Edomites, lost a lot of truth to this tree of life. Open up the book just to see I'm right. Reminiscing on my ancestors, on those ships who had to plead for life. Took us to a place where ain't never safe there. Poisoning our foods and put our children up in daycare. Fresh out of slavery, still thinking that they care. Guns in the community, children can't play there. Brothers still brainwashed, we died for that same cost. Took away our history, believing that we ain't lost. Brother, I'm an Israelite, sin is like kryptonite. Brothers won't pray, no, the robber link a chick tonight. Praises to the Most High, I ain't like most guys. Eyes on the future, but I learned from a boat ride. Tribe of Benjamin, inherited on both sides. Background Jamaica, mistreated and I know why. I'm an Israelite, die for the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for the Israelites. Going through it cause we Israelites. One Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite.
All right, let's clap it up for Most High. All right. We're at ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street under commanding General Yohana. We teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans the truth according to the Bible, history, artifacts, and anything else you may need. Today's class is, are you a beautiful woman? Are you truly a beautiful woman? So what does that mean? What does that mean to truly be a beautiful woman? What does it mean to be a beautiful woman? What's that mean?
I think it means to be a helpmeet.
Means to be you said a helpmeet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You help me. What do you think, sis?
Are you a beautiful woman? Are you a genuine woman of Yahweh?
Okay. Are you a genuine woman of Yahweh? Okay. Those are both great answers. So today we're going to dive in to actually see what components make a beautiful woman. Is it eyelashes, makeup, fake hair, BBLs, and all that other crazy stuff? Or is there an actual component of substance, meaning something you must live up to? We're going to see that. The Bible's going to teach us that. So first, let's go to the Bible. Where's my phone? Here's my phone. Let's go to Proverbs 31. Now, a lot of people have heard of this chapter, but a lot of women, I don't think, understand this chapter because for some reason, they do the exact opposite of this chapter. Although they profess it. Proverbs 31. Right there. Psalms and Proverbs. There we go. All right. All right, no sign, correct? All right, go ahead. Yeah. Let's start. For Kings, right? The drink is drink. Let's start. I think I wanted at 11. Let me see. Start at 10.
This is Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10.
Yeah.
Who can find a virtuous woman?
Who can find a virtuous woman? What does virtuous mean? We need to look that word up. Let's look up the word virtuous. Who can find a virtuous woman?
Virtuous. Having or showing high moral standards.
Having or showing high moral standards. So that's a virtuous woman. It didn't say you'll win Miss America or Miss Universe or anything like that. It says having, what did it say? Having or what?
It's saying
Having a high moral standard.
having a high moral standard.
Right. Yeah. Having a high moral standard. So that should be what you're striving for. Of course, we know ladies like to look pretty. Don't get me wrong. Shoot, men want pretty ladies. That's never going to change. That's not what we're saying. But in that, to truly be beautiful, you have to have a high moral standard. And that's what's going to make a woman beautiful. Think of it like this. A woman can be bad as hell. As soon as you see she shake her ass for everybody, well, she was bad, but her ass on Facebook, her ass on Instagram, I can't find value in you. You don't have high moral standard. You let anybody see the ass. I can't cherish and love that. You understand? You in a club shaking it for every other guy. Why would I want to cherish you? Why would I want to value you? Why would I want to live, fight, and die for you? You don't have high moral standard. There's nothing I can do for you. You understand? Same vice versa. So it says, who can find a virtuous woman? Read.
For her price is far above rubies.
For her price is far above rubies. Not that one shaking her ass on, Instagram or this, that, and the third. Not the one always showing off her body half naked. Not her. Her price ain't far above rubies. That woman with that high moral standard, her price is far above rubies. You understand? And that moral standard is in the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. We'll get to that in a minute. Keep reading.
For a heart, Salaki.
Yeah.
The heart of the husband doeth safely trusting in her.
It says the heart of her husband does safely trust in her. Why does it say that? This woman of high moral standard, why does it say her husband's heart dwells safely with her, or the heart of her husband doth safely trust in her? Why does it say that?
Because the way she carries herself with high moral standards, he can, he can dwell safely in her. She keeping the laws and everything, she carries herself a certain way. So,
Okay. Read the next part.
It said, so that he shall have no need of spoil.
So that he shall have no need of spoil. So his heart dwells safely in her because he has no need of spoil. What does it mean to have no need of spoil? You need to look it up. Look it up. You need to look it up. Look it up. We're gonna break this all the way down.
Spoil.
Yeah, go ahead. Look up the word spoil.
Spoil. Spoil.
You ain't find it. Let me see. It might be in here. You're gonna look up the word spoil. If you got any questions or comments, put them in the chat.
Say diminish or destroy the value or quality of.
Right. So he won't be diminished or he won't be spoiled. Like he'll have no need of spoil. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, he won't have no need. He won't be lacking. He won't be without. You know what I'm saying? Because and that's why his heart, it dwells safely or it trusts safely in her because she makes sure, he's good to go. This is my man. He ain't gonna have to worry about nothing. The only thing he got to do is what? Serve the Lord. Exactly. We'll get to that too. So that's what it's saying. This woman of high moral standard, she's not bragging about her bag. She's up there making sure if she is getting the bag, she making sure her husband's good so he can serve the Lord. She's making sure the family's good so the husband ain't got to, lack in serving the Lord and taking up the slack, this, that, and the third. Don't worry, we're going to get into it. It breaks it all the way down. Keep reading.
She will do him good, not evil.
She will do him good, not evil. That's a very simple concept that a lot of our sisters and brothers fail to realize. But because today's class is how to be a beautiful woman, we'll stick to the sisters. She will do him good, not evil. Meaning she won't catch an emotion and then act. She doesn't feel and then do. She stays within the reality of what's going on. This is my man. Well, that's what it is. No matter how happy, sad, mad, angry, excited, elated, whatever, doesn't matter. This is my man, so this is what it is. This is what this woman of high moral standard, meaning she puts her moral standard above her emotions. Now, how many of our sisters can truly say that? That you put your moral standard above your emotions? Because this is the most glorious woman that the Most High is because this is the Most High giving this woman props. He got a whole chapter to her. He said, let me tell you about a virtuous woman. So that woman that the Most High is giving glory to, that woman, she puts her moral standard above her emotions. How many women can say they truly do that? That's part of being truly a beautiful woman. And I know it's a hard concept because not many will. I say about 97, 98% of our women can't say they do that. But if you truly want to serve the Lord, you're going to have to get out yourself. You got to leave self alone. Forsake. This is what I tell people all the time. Paul said, I die daily. You understand? You literally got to die daily to what? Yourself. You are your worst enemy. You are in the way of you. You are the reason you can't have success in your relationship. You are the reason you can't serve the Lord. You stop you. You the reason you can't be beautiful. You. That's what you. This is what our sisters got to understand. Ain't nothing stopping you but you, because you don't know how to put your moral standard above your emotions, and that's the concept that when you come to the UPK, you definitely gonna learn that, because we're not here for emotions. We're here for the reality of life. The reality of life is we got to serve the Lord, get out of this captivity. And sisters, you got a role to play in that. And you must play that role, not the role that you feel happy in. Not the role that it's just, I just feel so much joy. Ain't nobody, look, you in captivity, you a prisoner of war. I don't give a damn how joyous you feel in that condition. We're trying to get out of that condition. So I'm sorry if you're not happy all the time. I'm sorry if everything isn't just joyous. I'm sorry if everything just ain't about you. We prisoners of war. And it's time to get up out of this. Let's keep reading.
She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. Verse 13. She seeketh wool and flax
and
flax and worketh willingly with her hands.
So what's that saying she does?
She sewing and stuff.
It could go into that, yeah. She working willingly with her hands, meaning, whatever's needed, she's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of goes back to the precept where it talks about and there will be talking about the mark of the beast, where he works, I forget what, the forehand and yeah. I mean, basically, she works well with her hands. So if it's neat doing dishes, you do dishes. If it's going out there to sew, grabbing wood, whatever, she works well with her hands. You understand? Read.
She is like the merchant's ships.
Right.
She bringeth her food from afar.
Right. So she'll go get it. She don't care where it is, because guess what? She understands her role. Her role is to hold down this household.
She don't mind getting her hands dirty.
Damn right. Damn right. This beautiful woman does not mind getting her hands dirty. It ain't about getting her nails done every week or every other week. Matter of fact, this woman, she probably ain't got time for it. When she can clean her hands, she'll definitely look good for a man. But outside of that, it's work. You understand? Read.
She raiseth also while it is yet night.
You're right. She rises also
while it is yet night.
Meaning what? This woman get up early for hers. The crack of dawn. She up. That's just, that's the spirit of a lot of, I know for me, my grandmothers, they had that spirit. They'd be up cleaning the house, this, that, and the third, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, whatever. That's just, that's the spirit of our people, especially a woman that can put her moral standard above her emotions. Read.
She riseth up, she says, she riseth also while yet it is night,
right,
and giveth meat to her household.
Right.
And a portion of her maidens, 16. She considered a field but buyeth it. With the fruits of her hands, she planteth a vineyard.
Right. So what's that going into?
She planting. She
Shalom, sis.
she doing gardens.
Go ahead.
She
Read that part again. Just go ahead. That's what.
Let me see where we at. All right. She considereth a field and buyeth it.
Right.
With the fruit of her hands, she planteth a vineyard.
Right. So she out there, buying, whether it's buying land or literally garden, playing gardens, whatever it is that she got to do to make sure her family eat and they taken care of for the winter or whenever. This is that virtuous woman. You understand? I know a lot of women like to say, I'm a woman of God. Okay, well, prove it. Prove it. Because in a minute, we're going to see why she's doing all this. You understand? Go ahead. In a minute, we're going to see why she's doing all this to actually make, to see we're going to see why she's doing all this to see what her husband has to do while she's doing all this. So this is what we're going to do. You know what I'm saying? Somebody at the door.
Oh, she just dropped the son off. Somebody over there.
All right, little homie in here.
Yeah, he by himself.
All right. No sweat. So we're gonna see that. Give me a second. I'm gonna make sure you cook. What's up, big man?
You need to memorize this chapter.
Yeah, it's a good one, but I feel like I do most of this with or without a man. I do. I clean, I cook, I do what I do around the house. As a mom, I don't have a man, but I do it as a mom. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. You know how I get down when it comes to cleaning and cooking.
And not running that mouth.
Of course. It goes both ways, I believe, but
Well, you can't help
I
but
know
run
I'm
your
saying
mouth.
that,
You
though.
can't
That's
help
the
both ways.
truth. It goes both ways. You know, there's a cause and effect to everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, and this for both, male and female, I don't think a person is just going to just burst out with, anger and stuff unless a person calls them to do it. That's just what I believe. A person is not going to just burst out and just get to going crazy just for the heck of it. Cause and effect everything. I feel like if a man wants I wouldn't even say a queen, but if a man, I feel like if a real man of Yahweh wants a woman of Yahweh, then I feel like that man needs to do his job as a man to, have that woman to do the things that, a woman's supposed to do. That's what I said, it goes both ways.
All right, so look. All right, online. We back. So where was we at? What chapter?
We was at we're on verse 17.
Verse 17. All right, let's read verse 17. Hold on, how do I get? Okay, here we go. Verse 17. Let's get it.
She grindeth her loins with strength.
She girdeth her loins.
She girdeth her loins with strength, and the strength of her arms.
And strengtheneth her arms. Right. So that means she's not weak in doing all these things. You understand? She girdeth her loins. It's almost like the saying of you gotta have big kahunas. It's almost something saying like that. Like she girdeth her loins, meaning she's not weak in doing these things. She's not saying, but I do this, I do that, I do this, and she's not that. She's not that. This woman of God is not that. You understand? And I hate to make it sound like this, but the only example I can use is today's woman to show you exactly the opposite of what this woman is. Because America teaches you how to be the exact opposite of this woman. America knows how to put your soul in hell. Truly put your soul in hell. America knows how to do that. And that's what they have taught our women. You understand? So God is showing you, no, she don't complain. She don't do this. She's actually girding her loins. Like she's actually about that. She does these things. She's strengthened in doing those things. Read.
She perceiveth that her merchandise is good,
Right.
and her candle goeth not out by night.
Right. It's almost like the what's the parable Christ made with the 10 virgins in the bridegroom, where they brung their lamp, 5 brung, well, all of them brung the lamp, but 5 brung oil for the lamp to keep the lamp going, so that they like did not go out, but the other 5 didn't.
Right.
Exactly. It's kind of like that. You understand? Go ahead.
She layeth her hands to the spindle
Uh-huh.
of her hands hold
The staff.
the staff.
Right. Look up that word spindle. Look up that word spindle. Get that real quick. What's that word spindle mean?
Spindle, a slender, rounded rod
Mm-hmm.
with tapered ends used in hand
Right.
spinning to twist and wind thread from a master of wool.
Right.
Probably one of them.
Right. Exactly. So that's what that's going into. Her putting in more work. You understand? This woman, her work is immaculate. You understand? It's just, there's nothing that's going to stop her from grinding and actually providing for the household what she's supposed to be providing. Remember, this is the perfect example. So maybe there's some things in this you do, some of these things you don't. But if you want to be that perfect example, you read this chapter and you truly understand it, and then you try to be that woman for your man, for your family, for your household. And if you don't have that, well, you can be that for your school, wherever you at. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's ISUPK near you. You can be this woman for that school. And I guarantee you, if you become this woman, you'll have a man shortly after. It won't take that long for a man to see this woman. It's the other women we worried about. But this woman, you'll have a husband, you'll have a man loving and protecting you just like that. Go ahead.
She stretches her hand to the poor,
Right.
She reacheth forth her hands to the needy.
Right. In the UPK, we do a lot of food drives across the country. You know, multiple schools do food drives. We actually trying to start them here, obviously, when we get a school building. But in those school drives, guess who makes the food? Our sisters. Our sisters, they throw down as if they throwing down for their family. And then we actually go serve that food to the poor or whoever comes up and eats it. That's a part of this, because we're called to take care of our poor. Unlike America, we're not the type to just look at our people and say, "Oh man, well, you didn't make it." No, we actually take care of our poor. We actually got laws for our poor. You understand? This is why it says I forget the wording, but it's basically saying when we have like that land, that plot that she bought, and that garden that she made. Well, the outer edges, we're not allowed to actually take that in for our income or for our consumption. We got to leave that outer edge for who? The sojourner or the poor, meaning they have a right to your garden, and that's righteousness. That's actually righteous. Meaning you can look outside your window, see somebody you ain't never seen before. Obviously it'll be of our people, eating off your garden. As long as they're on the outer edge, you should be great with that. You're actually doing something good. You understand? That's a part of what we're called to do. So yeah, of course she's gonna feed that poor, because that's a part of being a righteous man and woman. Read.
She is not afraid of the snow for her household.
She's not afraid of the snow. What's that mean?
She ain't afraid of the wintertime.
Right. It ain't no, it's cold.
Yeah.
So we're gonna bundle up and go get it. This woman is a bad woman, man. You know what I'm saying? This woman is something different, something that America could never raise. America could never raise this woman. You understand? She's not afraid of the snow. She not gonna make no excuses. She gonna go do what she gotta do. And there's a very important reason we're about to read it in a second. Keep going.
Oh. For all her household are clothed with scarlet.
All her household is clothed with scarlet. What's the significance of that? What does that mean? All her household is clothed with scarlet. Okay. You want to take a guess?
No.
Okay.
I just want the answer.
That makes sense. So it says all the households clothed with scarlet. Back in the day, scarlet was a very pricey thing. It's almost, look at it like Gucci, Fendi, whatever, blaza, blaza, whatever, who's the big time. Oh my God. That's what scarlet was back in the day. If you seen the people dressed in scarlet, it was like, oh yeah, they got that money. They really got it.
Okay.
But she said all her household gonna be dressed in scarlet. All her household. Why? Because yeah, they really got it. For one, a big reason is because this woman knows how to play her role. She does what she do. So it's significant in saying her household don't want for nothing. They are well off. They're good. All her household is dressed in scarlet. Scarlet was essentially the big thing back in the day. So that's what that's saying. Read.
She making herself coverings of
Tapestry.
Tapestry, and the clothing is silk and purple.
Again, that's going into having that top of the line clothing. You understand? Like, she's not gonna look poor, this, that, and the third. She's actually gonna look like, man, oh, she really is about it. She's gonna look good. You know what I'm saying? And her household is too. Read.
Her husband is known in the gates when he sitteth among the elders of the land.
Now we get into it. What is that saying? What is that telling us? What's the significance of that? Her husband is known in the gates. Her husband, the virtuous woman's husband, is known in the gates when he sitteth among the elders of the land. What is that saying?
I'm saying she's shining, she putting in so much hard work, and she got her husband shining, and like a lot of the elders or a lot of other people know, like, damn, oh, woman say, baby girl got him shining. You know, he know, you know, she got him fresh, tight. She putting in that work so he can serve the Most High.
Okay, I like what you, the last part, definitely. So it's not so much that, you know, she buying them gold chains and this and shining in that sense.
Right.
But it's because she's doing, look, if she's doing all this, guess what he has to do? He has the work of the Lord. So guess what? Whether it's his job is, like he said, serving the Lord. What does that include? That means actually knowing these scriptures. First, you got to know these scriptures. That's a task in itself, to actually know and to teach these scriptures. Why? Because if you actually are a servant of the Most High, your job is to essentially give counsel to the rest of the city. That would be your job as the man, the leader of the city. So now you are supposed to be giving counsel, leading the city, being an example for the city. You understand? And then obviously you're gonna be going city to city. You're gonna be, you know, holding camp. You're gonna be teaching classes. You're gonna be doing all types of stuff. You understand? That's what you're doing. Why are you known? Because this woman gives you the leisure to be that and more. Because, well, she's doing all that. I don't have to go work 60 hours. I don't know. She's doing this. I don't have to worry about cooking for the kids. She's doing this. I don't have to worry about keeping up the house. She's doing this. We just went through all that. She's doing all that. So because she's doing all that, I get to get in these scriptures even more. You know what I'm saying? My study, whereas the man that has to work 40, 50, 60 hours of work, he might be able to study an hour a day. Well, shoot, I'm studying 4, 5 hours a day. You understand? Shoot, I'm in these scriptures, and guess what? After I study, I call other elders. Now I'm studying with them. Now I'm talking with them because it goes to that scripture. Give me in the Apocrypha, 30, 38, 23, I think. Let me see. Ecclesiastes, that's what I was saying. Ecclesiastes 38, 23. This woman gives this man this. You're starting to mark up the Apocrypha a little bit. Got a couple of them. Position, right. Okay, so it's 39. Shut the way. All right, I might have to look it up. I hate to. His blessing. Okay. Dang, this one you should have written down. That's why I can't find it. That's all right. I'll look it up.
I'm gonna say something back. I'm gonna write it down again for sure.
But because of this woman, this is what this man will have the leisure of doing or of being. Give me 1 second. Again, if you got any questions or anything in the chat, feel free to ask. Okay, let me see. All right, Ecclesiastes 38 and 24. Ecclesiastes 38 and 24. Read that for me.
Let's see, Ecclesiastes 38, verse 24.
Right. Remember, this is what this man can be because he has a virtuous woman. Remember, this virtuous woman puts her moral standard above her emotions. Read.
This is Ecclesiastes 38, verse 24.
Right.
The wisdom of the learned man cometh by the opportunity of leisure.
What's that say? Read that again.
The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure.
What's that mean?
I mean, he get his wisdom by having time to study the word.
Right. He free. Why is he free? Because he got a Proverbs 31. Read.
He that have little business.
A lot of business.
He that have little business.
Making $1 million industry so his wife can sit there and get her nails done every week.
He that have little business shall become wise.
That's who's going to be the wise men of your city. Because he got time to be wise. That millionaire he ain't got time. He got to be a millionaire. There ain't nothing wrong with it. That's your role. That's your role. And Lord will you do right by that role. But the wise man is gonna come by opportunity of leisure, meaning he has the opportunity. He can sit there, chill, study. All right, might take a nap because he's been studying so hard. Wake up, study, or whatever. Call an elder. Opportunity of leisure. Why does he have this leisure? Because a Proverbs 31 woman essentially takes care of the household. So he's able to do that because Ecclesiastes 38 and 24 only happens if Proverbs 31 happens first. That's the whole purpose of that. So let's keep reading in Proverbs. Where we at? 18, 19?
Yeah,
no, we was past that.
Yeah, we are 24.
Okay, yeah.
She maketh fine linen and selleth it.
Right now, she's selling clothes. She ain't just dressing y'all. She dressed in the city. Her hustle game is strong, and that could speak to the spirit of women today. Like a lot of women, today they got a strong hustle game. They just don't utilize it for the right thing. You know what I'm saying? They utilize it to glorify themselves, and that is where you see weakness in that woman. because you utilize it to glorify yourself. But when shit get real, what you gonna do? You can't spend money. Money ain't gonna help you. You're gonna need a strong man to make sure you and your family safe. That's what you're gonna need. That's just the real. Like imagine if this war come over here. What you gonna tell them you a boss bitch? Think they give a fuck? They're gonna take your head
A
off.
strong woman of Yahweh needs a strong man of Yahweh.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
can't be a strong woman of Yahweh and you have a man of the streets or the man of the world.
Actually, you can. Honestly, give me that scripture. It talks about the it's in 1 Corinthians. You could though. You could be the reason that you bring your man into the truth because he sees how strong you are in the truth and how dedicated you are.
First Corinthians.
Yeah, I'll go find it for you. It's in Corinthians though, so like I want to say 9. What do I want to say 9? Good Lord. Let me read. Well, let me just get here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Husband. Yes, and let me see. Oh. Okay, yeah. 1 Corinthians 7 and 14. 1 Corinthians 7 and 14. So in a perfect situation, that is right. You want a strong, man of the Most High, and then you want a strong sister of the Most High. That's perfect. That's what we should be. That's called being perfect according to the law. But especially in America, you're not gonna always get that. Mm-hmm. So in America, most situations are gonna start off like this.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife.
Read that again.
For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife.
Right. So if let's say you in the truth and then your husband's not, well then guess what? The harder you go, it's gonna sanctify him. Why? Because he's gonna see why the world is whipping his ass, which is essentially what this world does. He's gonna see how 10 toes down you are in the truth. And he's gonna see, man, he's gonna see that change in his wife. He's gonna see you slowly but surely become that Proverbs 31. He ain't gonna know what that means. He just knows that this woman is greater than the woman that she was. And in that's gonna sanctify him. I guess I'll go to a class. You understand? I guess I see what's going on. It's definitely working for her. You understand? Go ahead, keep reading.
And the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband.
Right, vice versa. You understand? So, same thing with a husband, man. He been 10 toes down in the truth. You see him going to classes. I guess I'll go to a class. You understand? Is that not why you're here today?
I'm sorry?
Are you not here today because he been 10 toes down in the truth? Would you be here without him?
No, I wouldn't know anything about it. It wasn't for him. But I'm here today because I know I need to be here.
Most High in Christ. But you needed an example to see where you needed to be. That's the whole purpose. We all need to see. Like, you don't know until you see, oh, okay, that's what it is. You understand? So, yeah, you're right. The perfect household is a believing mother and a believing father. They together doing it. That's the perfect household. But we in America. So guess what? Sometimes it's going to take that husband being strong in the truth. Sometimes it's going to take that wife being strong in the truth. But either way, that can make that household, one. That can make that household full and on one accord. So, That's definitely evidence of that. So let's get back to Proverbs 31.
She make a fine linen and sell it and deliver the bridles unto the merchants.
Yeah, Salaki, let me get back there. All right, go ahead.
She maketh fine linen and selleth it
Mm-hmm.
and delivereth what's that? Bridles.
What verse?
24.
Okay. Girdles. She
Girdles.
delivered girdles.
Unto the merchants.
Mm-hmm.
25. Strength and honor are her clothing,
Right.
and she shall rejoice in the time to come.
Right. So strength and honor is her clothing. This is a honorable woman. You understand? This woman is this. You know how a lot of our women look up to, what Cardi B's, Megan Thee Stallions, whoever, blah, blah, blah. This is who they should look up to. This should be their example. Like in a righteous world, this is the woman that man, I don't know if I could be like that sister's glorious. You understand? This is her strength and honor. Not being able to, shake your ass while rapping a video or a song or whatever. That's not your strength and glory. That only degrades you. But this right here, this is your strength and glory. This is what a woman should be striving for. All right, let's read.
And she shall rejoice in her time to come.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
She opened up her mouth with wisdom.
She do what?
She opened her mouth with wisdom.
No, she opened her mouth to talk back.
She opened her mouth with wisdom.
She opened her mouth to cuss him out.
She opened her mouth with wisdom.
You lying. Because the America told me this woman is strong and independent and can say what she want to say and speak her mind how she want to speak her mind. Read that again.
She opened her mouth with wisdom.
All right, I didn't say read it. Add a person. I just said read it. That's all I said. It's like, but that's what a woman is supposed to be opening her mouth with. Wisdom, meaning you have to have it goes back to the original core value of this woman, putting her moral standard above her emotion. If you don't truly understand the situation, you don't speak off how you feel in the situation. You got to know that you know this situation. So when you talk to me, you're giving me wisdom of a situation, saying, Salakia, I don't want I know you want to go this way, but I think if we do this, that, and the third. That's just my take. Take it out, how you want it. Not fuck that. We this. I don't give a damn. That bitch, listen. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. We trying to grow a kid. Stop. You're not helping. Even if you're saying something of wisdom, it doesn't get through that way. No man, no real man. I'm gonna be honest. No real man is gonna hear a woman trying to cuss him out and say, "Yeah, honey, you're right." The fuck? I go to war every day with the world. You think I'm about to come home and be bitched by you? You crazy as hell. I'm a man. I'm literally made to destroy. And now this little old woman is going to open her loud stank mouth and tell me this, that. You crazy as hell. That's just not that. You stop. You kidding yourself.
I mean, I hear what you're saying,
but okay.
What
goes both ways?
If a man wants respect
right
from a woman, then a woman needs respect from the man. So
you saying a man has to give respect first?
I'm saying we should respect each other.
I'll agree that we should respect each other, but okay, so what do you truly say? Obviously, we should truly respect each other, but
right,
I'm not understanding.
Like, you can't come at me wrong and expect me to just be humble.
What do you mean wrong?
Like you can't come at me, talk in any kind of way you feel you can talk to me and expect me to just be humble.
Well, let's say, okay.
Like I was just saying to him, like when you left out, there's a cause and effect to every situation. So how you come at a person is how a person's going to come at you.
You can say that, but remember, take yourself out of your mindset and put it into this woman's mindset. Mm-hmm. Is this woman going, even if she feels her man comes at her wrong, what would she do?
So should a woman have to deal with that and tolerate that?
Deal with what? A man yelling at her?
Being disrespectful to her.
It depends on what this woman is doing.
Why is it always a woman? That's what I'm saying. You
gotta understand. Hold on. Wait. Okay. You gotta understand. All right, for me, for instance, I'll tell my wife something. All right, make sure we do this, that, and the third. It doesn't happen. Didn't I tell you do this, that, and the third?
Mhm.
All right. Make sure we do this, that, and the third. Doesn't happen. Didn't I just fucking say do this, that, and the third?
That's understandable.
What the fuck? Okay, you're gonna get yelled at.
That's understandable.
That's the least that should happen. Okay, so and I use that for an example because guess what? A lot of women today were raised in the wrong mindset. So you're already starting off with the wrong mindset already.
I think we all, as a people, as a nation, were born wrong.
I would agree with that. But when you're dealing with men of the Lord, we're I'm gonna tell you this. The scripture says, out of 1,000 men, I found one. Out of 1,000 women, found none. Meaning it's easier to change a man's mindset to conform to the truth. For a woman, she always wants to hold on to something of the world, whether it's her attitude, the way she lived, this, that, whatever. And that's why we have to go harder at the woman, because you need to understand you're just totally wrong. No, stop. We're not having that conversation. No. And until you get out of that mindset, because what did Christ say? You can't put old wine into a new wine bottle. So in order for you to truly conform, I can't see you coming to class, but you're still keeping up with some of your old ways or this, that, and the third. You have to truly get rid of that. That's why I said what Paul talked about dying daily. You understand? That's what it means to die daily. Meaning you should get at a point to where you look at yourself and you don't see anything of yourself anymore. Meaning this is a new person. I've never been this person. So a lot of times it's yelling at that old person. You see what I'm saying? Meaning that person, I still see she gotta go. There is no room for her here because we are moving on to better things. That woman's not allowed here. So I don't know what the parameters of whatever the situation is, but a lot of times that's usually what the basis of it is. Meaning you bringing out the old woman and that bitch got to go. So in that case, yeah, that bitch gonna get yelled at a lot. I'll tell you that right now. Her gonna get yelled at a lot. Now, when you get rid of her, watch how much you don't get yelled at. Watch how much, even when he's mad, he'll want to, dang, baby, really, look, I know you meant this, but this is what it is. You'll start getting a lot of that when you start changing that old woman. But as long as you keep that bitch around, that bitch is gonna get yelled at, whatever, blah, blah, because she's not conforming to what needs to be. So that's usually what the situation is. I'm just saying. Where we at?
Verse 26, she opened her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness.
Damn, I guess I should have kept reading, huh? Yeah. In her tongue is the law of kindness, meaning that's what she represents. Even if she's getting yelled, even if she feels like a man is, because a man, I'm not going to say we're made with rage, but the scripture says the Lord is a man of war. That's, guess what? We're made in his image, meaning we're naturally made. We're made for war. You know, we heard about this going over there in Ukraine. This we getting excited. You know what I'm saying? We hoping we get to put our hands on somebody. Not for America's sake, though. You understand? For our sake. So that's what you're yelling at. That's what you're trying to combat with. You're made in the law of kindness. That's who you naturally are. You can't win that battle. You're not constructed to battle a man. It's not in you.
When you speaking on yelling, it's not necessarily yelling. It's like deeper than that. But go ahead. Okay. I'm into the scriptures.
Okay, no sweat. Well, that's the basis of our women, the law of kindness, meaning a lot of our women, especially back in the day, just sweet, good old grandma, big mama, whatever. They just, the law of kindness. They're sweet. That's who our women are supposed to be at the core. And that's who this woman is at the core. She does all this. She's sweet. All the kids love her. That's who this woman is. You understand? And this woman right here, she'll probably never get caught being yelled at or yelling at her man, because she doesn't really leave any room for that. Even when they have a disagreement, that man knows I can come and talk to this woman and it won't be no bitch fit. I can actually talk to this woman and get through to her. You see what I'm saying? So that's what the goal should be. I mean, believe me, if I don't feel like yelling, I don't want to yell. But I can only tell you something so many times where it's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where that goes. And this woman usually, even if she forgets something, she okay, well, maybe I need to write it down. You know, you'll see this one putting effort towards making sure she does what her head says.
But that's what I'm saying. This world is so messed up, has messed
Agreed.
people up so much.
Agreed. Oh,
It's
agreed.
a lot
Agreed.
of mentally challenged men out here
Agreed.
as well as women.
Well, I would say stay away from them. I would say stay away from them.
It's to the point, to be honest, right now in this world, now
Yeah.
I'd just rather be alone, like no husband or anything, like just rather just be with me and my children, like participate into the Hebrew Israelites and things like that. But in this world today, right now, like until Yahweh comes back and everything changes, I'd rather
Yahweh Shai, but yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather just be alone.
So why would you say you'd rather be alone then? Why?
Because of the mentally challenged people that's in this world today.
Well, that's a part of learning the truth. So when you come into the ISUPK, that's like forsaking all the mentally challenged people. Now, forsaking them in the sense of dealing with them in that way. But once you get in here and you strengthen yourself up, guess what you get to do? Now you can go build that community up. That's what we're here to do. We're here to build those mentally challenged men and women up. And I know I agree with you. America, I tell people this all the time. There's no way that every Black, Hispanic, and Native American doesn't have PTSD. Every last one of them. I don't care how much money you got or don't got. I don't care what hood you come from or don't come from. Every last Black, Hispanic, or Native American has PTSD. You have to. We've been through too much and gotten nothing out of it to like, it's just, there's no way. Like we all need that help. We all need to speak to somebody. So I agree with you, but this is what you come in here for, to get that trauma treated. And once that trauma gets treated, guess what? They made whole. And once they're made whole, guess what? Now we're gonna send you back out there to go get your brothers and your sisters, because those are still your brothers and your sisters. Those are still your people. Those are still God's children. They are still of the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They still mean more than every Ukrainian, Russian, American, blaza ever. So we cannot just say, F them, you mentally screwed. We can say, you know what? I'll just hold off and get myself built up to deal with you. And that's more so the mindset you want to take, especially with this one. Remember, she's feeding those poor. Poor doesn't always mean monetary. Poor also means mindset. You understand? Like the scripture that says, I know thy poverties, thy this, but thou art rich. Because you're rich in what? These scriptures. You're rich in truth. You're rich in the law of knowledge. You're rich in knowing the ways of life. So those people are poor mentally, like you were speaking on. They're poor in understanding life. They're poor in understanding their God. You understand? And they need this. So we don't want to, alienate them, but we do want to come in here and build ourselves up to go help them. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I asked, why would you want to be alone?
No, not alone, like in the world by myself, like alone as far as in a relationship alone. Like I want to participate in the ISUPK and I want to be able to help others and my people and be with and surround myself with my people.
Okay.
But like,
what's that? Talk about the woman of, I forget what it's called, but it talks about that in the Bible. That's your right. That is your right, and you can do those things.
And not saying that to say like I just want to just be with that man or this man. That none of that. But just I want to participate.
Well, yeah, you got that right. Yeah, it's not mandatory to be married. That's not mandatory. So you got that right. I would just say, as you get in the truth, just continue to build yourself up. That's all. Build yourself up and watch yourself grow, and just leave it at that. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful thing in itself. So that's cool. Let's keep reading.
She looketh well to the ways of her household. And eateth not the bread of the idleness.
Right. She's not just standing around doing nothing. She's not just sitting there with her nails done and, BBL just got done and just sitting there trying to be cute, Like a lot of these TikToks and all these things, I'll be looking, I'll be like, what did she just do that for? All she did was sit there and smile. Like that was the whole TikTok. like, what's the point of that? like, yeah, man, you can't just sit there idle like that. Like, honestly, to me, that's a turn off. I don't care how cute she was. Like, you just did some pointless, dumb shit. Like, that's stupid. Why did you do that? You literally wasted your life, that whole 10 seconds.
Wasted your life.
Like, it's just crazy to me, man. Go ahead.
Her children arise up
Mm-hmm.
and call her blessed.
Mm.
And her husband also, as he praises her.
Right. See, this woman is going to get that praise from her husband. Why? Because he understands the value. This is a rare woman. This is why I said her value is like precious rubies. This woman, listen, if you find this woman, you lock this woman up. Not like put her in a dungeon or nothing, but you make sure that you wife her up. You make sure that's your woman. And guess what? This woman is going to add days to your life. They actually talk about that. The scriptures talk about how a woman can add double the life to her husband. That's the power y'all got when you become this woman. The value of this woman, I don't even think this woman understands her value. You know what I'm saying? Like, this woman is little. This is why they call a woman. This woman is the backbone. You understand? This is what the backbone looks like. You know what I'm saying? It's a glorious thing. But go ahead.
Many daughters have done virtuously,
Mm-hmm.
but thou excellest
Mm-hmm.
them all.
Yeah, excellest them all. Meaning, there's been a lot of glorious daughters of Zion, a lot of glorious daughters of Israel, but the ones that fall in line with this, it's greater than them all. You understand? Read.
Favor is deceitful,
Mm-hmm.
and beauty is vain.
Right. Beauty is vain. That's what a lot of our sisters today don't understand. Beauty is vain. What does that mean? Your beauty is nothing if you don't have all this. Like, you can sit there and be, and I hate to say this, but all right, you can sit there and be beautiful, this, that, and the third, right? But let's be real. How long that's going to last? Like 40, 45, 50. That beauty fade. But guess what? If you got all this, your man might even forget. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shoot, I ain't even noticed. God dang, she been grinding so, Lord. Like, this is literally the cheat code to a woman's life right here.
Inside.
Exactly. Like, once you realize this, now your beauty don't fade. When the looks start to kind of fade away or whatever, y'all know how gravity take place, whatever. When that start to happen, and you doing this, you ain't gonna see no change in your husband. You're like, you don't know more. You ain't gonna have that issue because you bring value above all else. You understand? This is like. I've heard this a lot on social media. Women, they say, what does a woman bring to the table? And a lot of women say, I bring a bag, I bring this. No, this is what you need to bring to the table. What we're reading right now, this is what a woman should bring to the table for her man. Not just money, this, that, and the third.
Most
This.
men won't. If they
What?
feel like their woman is not bringing the money in that they feel they should bring in, then that woman is not a woman. You're not a woman.
Well, I'm not gonna. So let's. There's nothing. Okay.
You're not bringing in this much money.
Put it like this: when she does all this, she'll bring in money, but it'll be so much more than that. Like, when you go out with the garden, you work well with your hands. You're gonna bring money in. Money will come in, but your value will be so much more than that. Because let's say your husband needs to go somewhere. Guess what? He can trust that you can take care of the household and make sure that the kids are good, you're good, he's good while you're on the road, because you're bringing in the money, but it's so much more than that. It's almost like you tell him you do all this. Well, I already know she got money, but it's so much more than that. You see what I'm saying? So when you say it's just money, that shows me you don't understand the value of this. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're not bringing in money. You see what I'm saying? But when you just say, oh, I got a bag or this, but do you understand the value of what you really should be bringing in? If you understood that, of course you're going to bring in money, but you would tell me the valuable things of what you do. That's what I'm saying. You get it? So let's keep going. Beauty is vain, though. Understand that. BBLs, eyelashes, all the fake hair, blah, blah, blah. That stuff vain. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to turn 50, 60, whatever, and it is what it is. All right.
And beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised.
Exactly.
Verse 31. Give her the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates.
Exactly. When you become this woman, you're gonna be the most glorious woman in the gates. They say, what woman should we look up to? Her, that virtuous woman, that woman, man. Her husband is up there leading the city. The whole city is on his back, but that woman is something that no other woman can even think about being. That's what our women are called to be. So if you're a woman of God, you read Proverbs 31 and you just start training yourself. Just start training yourself. Just take one thing. I would say, like, take one thing per month and just go hard at it, trying to be something of this. I work well with my hands. What can I do with my hands? I can sew. Okay, let me try to sew. I can, whatever. And you just go hard at it. Because I guarantee you, you do that within a year, you're going to see a totally different woman. And that's what's going to also work on your spirit. Because you talked about inner beauty, right?
Mhm.
Well, you're right, this is inner beauty. But that also works on your spirit. So now your mindset changes. You know what I'm saying? Who you are changes. Because now you're trying to live up to a whole different standard that you truly didn't know of. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's going to help you in becoming that woman. Let's get in the Apocrypha. You got an Apocrypha? No sweat. You got. All right, here you go. If you want to get there we're going to Ecclesiastes 26 and 1. I'll just go there on my phone. We're going to read through 3. Yeah, it's got the thing in the
Page
front.
86.
Yeah, all right, yep, you can do that. That's better.
All right.
Was Ecclesiastes verse 26, chapter 26, verse 1.
Right?
Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife,
Blessed is the man that has the virtuous wife, right? All right.
for the number of his days shall be double.
That's what we were just talking about, right?
I'm sorry, what verse?
Verse 1 through 3.
Oh,
Chapter
So
26.
26. You there?
yes.
All right, go start from the top.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 26, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double.
Right. So we were just talking about that virtuous woman. You know what I'm saying? You bring so much to the table, his days are going to be. And think about it. Naturally, that makes sense. Why? You understand the biggest stress to a man most of the time is what? The woman. But if you're literally being the opposite of that stress, guess what? Now, ain't no high blood pressure. It ain't no gray hairs coming early. Ain't no back hurting, all that. Well, my back ain't hurt. She rubbed me down, made me feel good. All that, feed me good. All that. Like, it naturally makes sense why my days are double, because you're taking away the stress from her and she's adding peace to it. So take away the stress and add peace. Well, that doubles. Not only did you take away stress, but you added peace. Yeah, that double. So that's what a woman should be. So if you want to, and this is what I tell women, if you have a man and you want to truly know your value, ask him, am I at peace or am I stressed? That's your value. That'll tell you where you're at in this. And it'll be a humbling experience, because most women don't want to answer to what a man tells them. But guess what? That's just the way it is. Guess what? Men answer to men. So if a man answers to men, what makes you think you don't? That's just part of it. We all got to answer to man. God is a man of war. Christ was a man. Moses, a man. David, man. Man was made to rule. Man was made to lead. So that's what we gonna do, and that's what women have to let their man do.
Verse 2. A virtuous woman rejoices her husband,
Mm-hmm.
and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace.
And stress.
In peace.
Ooh, in peace. That's a value that a lot of our sisters need to hearken to, man. You don't want to be a stressful person to yourself. You know, to yourself, to your kids, to your man, to your household. Like, whenever somebody wants peace, they should be able to come in your arms. That's truly what you're here for. Like whenever I just need to get away from life, I should be able to dwell safely in your arms and just for that moment forget about everything.
Yeah. Tell me about it. That's why I love being by myself. See, I want to be at peace with myself and with my Yahweh.
Oh Lord! All right. I see this class going a little different. Most High Christ.
It's more peaceful.
Don't sweat. Don't sweat. All right. Let's read to verse 3.
This verse 3. A good wife
Mhm.
is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord.
Right. So that's what a good wife is, a good portion. And so I know, so you're saying you want to be alone, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you got to understand the scriptures, whenever it talks about a woman and who she is, it's normally going to talk about a wife. And the reason is because woman was made for man, not the other way around. You know what I'm saying? So naturally that would be a woman's place. But yeah, a good wife is a good portion. You know, it's hard to get a good wife. And you don't get me wrong, and we'll do a class on this. Like I said, today's class is the true beauty of a woman. But to get a good wife, you have to be a good husband too. That's a class within itself. So I give you that. You do have to be a good husband. But today is for our sisters. So yeah. So let's drop that one and let's get matter of fact, stay in chapter 26, go down to 22.
Verse 22.
Uh-huh.
And a harlot shall be accounted as a spittle.
What is that saying?
What's that? A whore?
Mm-hmm. A whore should be counted as spittle. What does that mean?
Like spit.
Yeah. So women, whenever you appear on your Instagrams and think you're putting glam photos, you're putting up spittle photos. You understand? You're not being glorified. Your worth is spit. And honestly, it makes sense. Every man wants to have sex with you, yes. But no man wants to love, fight, and die for you. Not one. The same men that want to crack your back, I guarantee you, if you put them on the truth chamber and they got to tell the truth or they die, they're like, heck no, I ain't loving that woman. Heck no, I ain't going to be with that woman. I crack her back a couple times, but I would never live, ride, fight, or die for her because you ain't worth nothing. You understand? That's what I would do with you. That's it. And that's what our sisters got to realize. I see it so much on social media. It's like the more quote unquote beautiful a woman is, the more whore she seems to be. Like I watched a woman that was big, and now she lost, a nice amount of weight. Now she's shaking her ass on social media. I was like, what? How, you lost weight so you could be a whore? That's why you lost weight? That was the motivation? Like, that makes no sense. Have you not learned? That's the mindset of our women. They want to live up to being the spittle, not being that strengthened and honored woman. Like I said, it's all about what was the basis of this class? Putting your moral value, your moral standard above your emotions. And our women can't do that because they just need to feel good. I just want to be happy. This life ain't about that. You get to be happy when you see currency that look like you, when you see a government that look like you, when you see leaders that's actually fighting for you, when you have a country that's your own land, when you can look around and see people that look like you, like how China got Chinese people. They say China, they're actually in power. They actually have their own. That's actually called freedom. And this is what they're fighting for. People try to come over there all the time doing this, that, and the third, but China, you ain't gonna fuck with China. And I respect that because that's what we should be striving for. Go ahead. Not being whores, but being that strengthened and honored woman. Go ahead.
But a married woman is a tower against death to her husband.
The power of that woman, man. That woman is glorious. A tower against death to her husband. Do you understand what that's saying? That means, look, it's a lot of ways this life tries to take us out. But when you got this powerful, virtuous woman, that's going to take you away from a lot of things that would take you out. So understanding that you got a virtuous woman to come home to, it'll probably be maybe not getting to that night for gunfight. Because I got to go home to that woman. That woman is worth more than whatever y'all niggas trying to do. You understand? Like, that's the power of that woman. This is why women should strive to be this, because guess what? When you become this, by nature, the man becomes stronger. I'm not saying it's all your fault, but when you become this, the man gonna become stronger because he has a backbone that's truly holding it down now. Now he can get into that masculinity. You watch that man become something you never dreamed of. You know what I'm saying? That's the power of this woman. Let's read.
Verse 23.
Yes.
A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
Yeah, so we talked about a woman being a blessing. Well, this is a curse. Wicked man gets a wicked woman. That's why I said it goes hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? If you got a wicked woman, just like I said, you woman, you want to know your true value. Are you a blessing or a curse? Essentially, well, man, let me know your true value. Ask that woman, is he a blessing or a curse? I mean, if y'all both pretty, y'all gonna be on the same accord one way or another. If you a blessing to her, she probably a blessing, vice versa. But if you a curse to him, well, he probably a curse to you too. You understand? And that means both of y'all got something to work on. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I blame America. America raised us to be this. But now the Lord is calling us to be who we truly meant to be. And that's what we got to make room for. We got to make room for honestly forgiving each other, right? And then once we truly forgive each other, now we can rebuild what was meant to be, what we strive for, but we had no context or no clue of. And that's the purpose of, okay, I'm wrong, you're wrong. Now let's stop doing that. Let's forgive each other and let's build what we were meant to be. So that's the beauty of that's why the scripture says, I forget the parable and I'm paraphrasing it, but when Christ was talking about the sheep, you have 100 sheep, one goes astray. Would you stay with the 99 or go get the one? He said, I'm going to go get the one. You understand? Why? Because what the Most High say is more, he finds more joy, and I'm paraphrasing this too. He finds more joy in watching one man come back to the truth than the hundreds of thousands living in it. You understand? And we got to be the same way. Like, shoot, if I hear a new brother or sister come to class, shoot, that's what wakes me up. You know what I'm saying? I see this brother all the time. I mean, it's good. I'm happy. Stay doing it. But you know what I'm saying? When I see new faces, that's what keeps us going. You know what I'm saying? So that's a glorious thing, though. Where are you at? 23? All right, drop that. We're gonna get one more scripture. What do I want? I think I want Titus. Let me make sure. Titus 2. Yeah, let's get Titus 2, 4, and 5. We can start at 3, go to 5. Titus chapter 2. It's in. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's in the. It's not in the Apocrypha. So it's in the New Testament. Yeah, my fault. I'm sorry.
Titus.
Yep, Titus chapter 2. Yeah, Titus chapter 2, and we're gonna start at verse 3. Yeah.
Say calm, we get there.
Yeah, whenever she get there, no sweat.
Okay. I don't know where I'm at.
No sweat. Go ahead, take your time. Just, that's all right. The more you start to go through it, you'll get through it. Ain't no big deal.
And before you get to Hebrews, let me find it for you.
Yeah, because I'm lost.
So yeah, we're gonna go to the scripture and yeah. Then we're gonna go to First
All the
Timothy.
way in the back.
Yes, let me see. You got it. All right, let's get it.
What was the chapter again?
Chapter 2,
Okay.
and we're starting at verse 3.
This is Titus chapter 2, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
The aged woman,
Right.
likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness,
All right.
not false accusers,
Mm-hmm.
not giving too much wine,
All right.
teachers of good things.
What does it mean to be teachers of good things?
That's what they teach. Good things, keeping
You're
the
right.
law. You know, I mean, that's what they teach.
Did you have an answer, sis?
Basically the same.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So good things are specifically speaking, it's the laws. So you're at home teaching your kids the laws. You know, maybe just using this for an example, you're doing dishes with your son or your daughter, and you break down oh, today is the Sabbath, or simple things, or the Passover's coming, or any law. We don't eat pork. Just you teach good things. You instill good things.
I've been doing that. I've been doing that.
The Most High in Christ. That's glorious. So that's what you want to instill. Those are the things that you want to do. Teachers of good things. It also, so what else does it say? It also says not giving too much wine. So that just means it's not so much a limit, but that's the limit. Meaning you don't. What is too much? Who knows too much?
You tipsy.
You get tipsy all the time. You can get tipsy. You get tipsy. That's not it. Let's go to the scriptures. Go back to Proverbs 31. Proverbs 31 is going to tell us. We started at verse 10, but when you read up, it actually tells us that limit of what's too much. So we're going to go back to Proverbs 31.
Proverbs 31.
Yep, Proverbs 31, and give me start at verse 4. Are you there? Hold on, let her get you there. Okay, Most High in Christ. Go ahead. Proverbs 31.
This is Proverbs 31, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
It is not for kings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Lemuel.
Lemuel.
Mm-hmm.
It is not for kings. Oh, Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine,
Right.
nor for the princes strong drink.
So it sounds like it's saying you don't drink wine or strong drink. But let's keep reading.
Strong drink. He said, lest they drink.
So now this is the standard of it. So it's not for you to drink wine or strong drink less, meaning less unless this, whatever we're about to read. So let's read.
He said, lest they drink and forget the law.
Lest they do what?
Drink and forget the law.
That's your standard. That's your limit. Meaning, if you drink so much and now you trying to touch a married woman, or a married woman touching on a man that ain't hers, or God forbid you see some pork and now you're like, I'm just hungry, I need to eat. Lest you forget the law. That's your biblical spiritual limit. So now if you tipsy and you like, get that woman away from me, that bitch ain't mine, you're good. If you tipsy and you like, that ain't my man, you better not touch me, but you stumbling all over the place, you good. Now, if you stumbling all over the place, I would say it'd probably be wise to stop. But the limit is lest you forget the law. And read that next part. Lest you forget the law.
Lest you forget the law and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted.
Right. So now pervert the judgment, meaning the judgment of the law, meaning actually carrying out the law. You understand? Like I said, and you eat pork, now you eat pork in front of people, and now it's like, oh, I thought we couldn't do that. Now you perverting the judgment of the afflicted, because they thought they couldn't do that, but shoot, they know they drink a couple, glasses of this, and now you do whatever. So that is your biblical limit. It's not 0.008. Well, that bull crap. That's bull crap. Your limit, don't forget the law. Keep the law first. Enjoy yourself and keep the law first. It's that simple. All right, let's get back to where we was at. What was it?
Titus.
Titus? Yeah.
We're on verse 4.
Okay, Titus chapter 2 and verse 4.
Said that they may teach the young women to be sober.
To be sober, right. And what does that mean? That goes into what we just learned. Sober in your thought. So if I'm drinking, let's say I'm drinking, but then I want to let's just stick with it. I want to eat some pork or something. Well, now I'm not sober in my thought because that's not a sobering thought. Sober, if I was sober, I know not to eat pork. You know what I'm saying? If I was sober, I know not to celebrate Christmas. But if I get drunk and want to go to a Christmas party, well, now I'm not sober in my thought. You see what I'm saying? So now I'm not doing what this is saying. Like it says, that they may teach the young women to be sober. So you're teaching them how to be sober in thought. That's the whole point of teaching them how to be sober. Because we just proved that it doesn't care. It doesn't mind if you drink. You're allowed to drink. But you must be sober in your thought, meaning the law is first. Law is always first, no matter what. Go ahead.
And to love their husband,
right?
To love their children.
What does it mean to love your husband and your children?
As if you will love
Well, keeping the law.
Yep. You keep yeah. I mean, I that's why I was kind of like, I get what you're saying, but
love him, then
yeah, you would, but you got to remember, a Christian to say they love Christ too, and then.
But that's why I said if you love him is keeping the laws.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right. Now give me the scripture.
This is the
love. 1 John.
This is the love of God that we keep His commandments.
Hey, go.
1 John. I do it. All right. This is 1 John. This is 1 John chapter 5, verse 3.
Okay.
For this is the love of God.
Simple. This is the love of God. It's whatever we're about to read. This is it. What is it?
That we keep His commandments, and His commandments are not grievous.
It's not hard to do. The Lord, like, I'm gonna be honest. People say you can't keep every law. You realize the Lord got about 600 plus somewhere in there. America got over 20,000. Which one seemed harder? You don't go to jail every day. If you can do that, why can't you keep the 600 plus? Because you don't have a spirit for the Lord. You don't really want to serve the Lord when you do that. You understand? It's not, like you said, it's not grievous. It's not hard. You just don't want to do it. That's what it is. You're not strong enough to have discipline to do it. That's all. So, but that's the love of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That we keep His commandments. So what does that mean? If God forbid, if you see, a daughter going out wearing something skimpy or something like that, well, I love you, so what? Take that shit off. Matter of fact, I don't even think I want you going out. Your mind ain't right. If you think it's okay to wear that out there, I don't even think you need to go out there. You good. Go ahead. You good. You're going to stay home. If you see a son going out trying to put makeup on, matter of fact, take that shit off, boy. What's wrong with you? You don't need to go. You trying to go to a game with makeup on? Like, what? Go back to your room. I'll be in there in a minute. That's loving them. Now, America will tell you, it's his choice. It's his life. It's his body. You must be supportive in everything he does. That's hating him. That's called hating your child. You understand? And if you love them, you would not have them do anything that is going to make the Lord hate them. You don't want the Lord to hate your child. That's what we're trying to stop. We don't want the Lord to hate our child. So guess what? I'm going to stop you right there and make sure you understand this is something we do not do. Because if you do it, well, I can't help you when the Lord mad at you. That's when AIDS and gunshots and drugs and everything else take over. And I can't help you when you get there because I tried to tell you. So if you love them, keep the commandments and make sure that they uphold the commandments. All right, let's get back to Titus and bang this out. Go to verse 5.
This is verse 5. To be discreet, chasten.
What does it mean to be discreet? Discreet and chaste. It kind of goes together. Chaste or chaste. I'm not sure how they pronounce it, but what does those two things mean?
That's what I'm saying. Let me see.
Go ahead and look it up. Yeah, if you want to
I
look it
know
up, look it up.
discreet thing, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
No sweat, no sweat.
Discreet. Discreet. Careful.
Right.
Careful in one's speech or
Mm.
actions,
Right.
especially in order to avoid causing offense or to gain any advantage.
Exactly. So this is what this woman should be doing, being discreet. You know what I'm saying? Discreet in their speech. Like a lot of our sisters, they talk shit to make you want to pop off. They are literally the opposite of this. When sisters, why are you doing that? You 5'2" or nothing than 100 pounds. What are you doing? Like, be who you are. You're supposed to be discreet. A woman actually, like women have stopped wars. You understand? A discreet woman can stop a war. That's the power of a woman. But just like she can stop it, she can also start it. And that's what our women seem to do more so than anything else nowadays. Instead of being this discreet woman, they want to run their mouth, and now two men fighting that probably didn't even know each other before her. That's crazy. So that's discreet. What's chaste? Because I feel like a chaste woman is discreet by nature.
Quiet. Humble.
That kind of goes into it, but we don't see.
Abstain for extramarital or from all sexual intercourse.
Right. So she's chaste, meaning the only man that touches this woman is her husband. No other man can say, "Ah, yeah, that is good." Fuck. Oh yeah, she do know how to get that sloppy. What? She's chaste. Meaning she's discreet also. You understand? Like, she ain't all up in nobody's face. Ass ain't all up in there. This woman is chaste. Most people think she probably a virgin her whole life. That's how most people look at her.
I know
You know what I'm
someone
saying?
that's like that now, and she's single.
Okay. Okay. Well, guess what? Hey,
But that's a good.
That's good. I'm gonna tell you right now, if she truly like that, she ain't gonna be single long. It ain't. I mean,
She
because
truly like that, she won't be single.
she won't be right. She won't be single long because that's what a righteous man is looking for.
She got to be like that for sure.
Exactly like that. You're right. So hey, that's good though. Most High in Christ. So she's discreet, chaste, pretty. And so chaste just means she's like just simple. She's not a whore. She's not like your Instagram girl. You know, she's not the IG model. She's not got her ass all up in there. She ain't putting on two pieces and say, "Oh, look, bitch, come on now." She ain't doing none of that. She's chaste. All right, read.
Keepers at home.
So she's keepers at home. That kind of goes into the Proverbs 31. She holds the household down, this, that, and the third. Read.
Good, obedient.
Good. So good kind of goes into keeping that law. We understand that. Obedient.
To their own husband.
They're obedient. So guess what? This woman listens to her husband. So that kind of goes into what we was talking about earlier when I was like, well, okay, I say do this, and then that doesn't get done. Well, what do you think the next steps is going to be? You're going to have to hear a loud voice, a loud manly voice saying you didn't do this because I done told you 2, 3, 4 times, and for some reason you're not getting it through your head. But the Bible, the God that we're saying you're going to obey, tells you to be obedient to your own husband, and you're not doing it. So that's why I was going into what I said earlier. Read.
Obedient to her husband, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed.
Right. Be made a lie. Every time that woman gets loud, she makes it a lie. Every time this woman is on Instagram shaking her butt, she makes the word of God a lie. When I say a woman, I mean a Black, Hispanic, or Native American woman. Every time she up there half naked in front of the world, she makes the word of God a lie. And the Lord hates it. And this is why our brothers first got to stop glorifying it. because we got a lot of simpy ass niggas out here that glorify naked. Girl, for real, it's your body. I wish a nigga would tell you. I don't know what he thinking. Listen, yeah, I know a simp when I hear a simp. You understand? A real man is gonna say, woman, if you ever want me to think about loving you, put some clothes on and then come talk to me. Outside of that, you can go be a whore for whatever simp you want to be a whore for. Like, you're gonna really make her understand that she's nothing but trash to you until she puts on clothes. That's what men, so men, you gotta step up and stop glorifying this whorish behavior. Because women really do it because you give them 1,000 likes every time they get half naked. You understand? You got to stop glorifying this whore's behavior. But women, you got to stop being okay with just being a simple whore. God damn.
I'm sorry.
It's real. Like women are glorifying being whores and just saying it's my body, my life. I'm living my best life. Hot girl summer, all this bull crap. No, stop. You wonder why don't nobody want to fight for you? Where all the good men at? Loving women is worth it. That's where. I know you get a lot of dick. That's what you get. A lot of that. But not one of them will die for you. Not one. Out of all of it, you know, be real with yourself. You know you had a lot. Not one of them will die for you, Instagram models. That's the issue. How did you manage to get all that and not one found you worthy of anything that matters? That should be sad. If I was the one, I'd be depressed over that. All these men's I done had, not one of them give a damn about me. That's crazy. Ain't no damn way. So every time you be that woman, you blaspheme the Lord. Every time you glorify that woman, you blaspheme the Lord. You understand? And that's what we got to stop doing. Because as we read, Proverbs, Titus, Ecclesiastes, and it's a lot more. Like we went through a lot of it last week. That's what a woman is called to be in the Most High God. You understand? So, ladies, stop glorifying being a whore. Stop being a whore. How about that? Just stop. Just stop. Don't look. You want to get naked and freaky, get a man. That's what you do. You get a man, one, and you do everything your mind can think of. Because what's the Bible say? The bedroom is undefiled. You can do what you want to do in there. The Lord said, you want to get nasty? Get nasty. The Lord don't care. But you do it with a man, your man. That's it. If you can't handle that, then you just, hey, like you said, be single. You're right. That's a glorious thing, especially for sisters that can't handle just one. If you can't handle one, just don't take none. How about that? So let me make sure we ain't got no more questions online. Okay. And with that, we are ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street. I am Officer Yahweh Thumb. This has been Wednesday Law Class. As I say, Shalom. Most High Christ. No sweat.